I would like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that the Tomoto School District sits on the ancestral lands of the Nisqually, Squaxin Island, and Chehalis people. I thank these caretakers of the land who have lived on and continue to live on the land since time immemorial. Please rise as Dr. Carol Myers leads us in the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we begin, I would like to remind members of the public that if you wish to address the board during public comment portion of the meeting, you will need to email your name and topic to Becky.Parsons or to Becky Parsons at becky.parsons@tumwater.k12.wa.us. Comments must have been submitted to Becky no later than 5 p.m. Time for public comment is limited. To ensure that all who are interested have the opportunity to speak, a person initiating public comment will have a maximum of 3 minutes to present. Up to 30 minutes will be reserved on the board agenda for public comment. If you are unable to share your comments and concerns because of the time limit has been reached, you are welcome to sign up for the next regular board meeting or email your comments to the board and/or superintendent. Contact information is available on the district website. Dr. Myers, have there been any changes or additions to the agenda since it was published?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think it's, yeah.
Thank you. We will now move on to the consent agenda. The board has had an opportunity to review the items on the consent agenda.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The consent agenda is approved as presented. We will now move on to public comment. Becky, did you receive any submissions? No submissions. Thank you. We will now move on to reports to the board. A memo was provided by Superintendent Dotson on the first reading of policy 6022, minimum fund balance. Are there any questions from the board on this minimum fund balance policy?
The only thing that I do want to take Sean's advice in terms of perhaps moving this up to 5% in the future, based on our CFO, when we are able to do that. It used to be 6% before we had to lower it, but so 6% is right in line with everyone else, but I don't think we should jump right from 4 to 6. I like his recommendation of moving to 5.
Okay, and just to clarify, today we're going to
yeah.
modify how that 4% is defined.
Yes.
We would look in the next fiscal year or the next 12 months.
Yes.
To shift that to 5% potentially. Okay.
Yeah, it would be nice to see this come back in about a year and changing that percent, if it's possible, based on the budget.
I agree.
Yeah.
So with that being said, this last sentence, now that I'm reading it a third time, do we just need to specify what future means? Because it says to at least 5% in the future would be beneficial. Is future tomorrow? Is future within 12 months?
I think he means us changing the 5% in the policy in the future. And I'm proposing that we do that in about a year if the budget allows it.
And I think just to clarify, the memorandum is Sean's analysis of it as a whole and not necessarily the changes to it. And that, yeah, exactly, that the 5% would happen over the next year.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so this is just simply a recommendation. This is the official letter of the law per se. The actual.
That is
Yes.
correct.
Board
Yes,
policy.
you are looking,
Correct.
yes. And this is the first reading and we are not taking action on this today. It's more for feedback and discussion. Yep. Any other questions on policy 6022 minimum fund balance? Okay, thank you. We will now move on to action items. Our first action item is the recommended approval of the interim superintendent contract for the 22-23 school year. Has everyone had a chance to review the contract? Is there any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the interim super and contact for the 22-23 school year, say aye.
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 All those opposed? The interim superintendent contract for the 22-23 school year is approved as presented. Now I will administer the oath of office to interim superintendent for the 22-23 school year, Dr. Carol Meyer.
Would you like me to stand for that?
Yeah, do we do it up front and then I'll read it and she will
Okay.
make, and I will probably need this.
Guess I'll move this as well.
Becky, I just started. Dr. Carol Meyer, she'll repeat after me. Or did, okay. I, Dr. Carol Meyer, do solemnly swear
I, Dr. Carol Meyer, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Washington
and the state of Washington,
and will faithfully perform the duties of superintendent
and will faithfully perform the duties of superintendent
of Tumwater School District number 33
of Tumwater School District number 33
in the county of Thurston,
in the county of Thurston,
state of Washington, according to my best ability.
state of Washington, according to my best ability.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move on to. We don't need to do the certification of manual signature, Becky, right? Gotcha. So the certification of manual signature will be done tomorrow at with a notary present and available.
Correct.
I will now present on the recommended approval of the following resolutions. Has everybody had a chance to review these resolutions?
Yes.
All those in favor of passing resolution 14-22-23, designation of auditing officer. Also resolution 15-21-22, authorization of facsimile signature. Also resolution 16-21-22, authorization of warrant signature. Also resolution 17-21-22, authorization to invest funds. And finally, resolution 18-21-22, designation of district. All those in favor say aye.
Just 1 second, Casey,
Yes.
could you reread
Resolution
14-21-22? You had the wrong number. just so
Sorry.
It's on record.
And also resolution 14-21-22, designation of auditing officer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Resolutions 14-21-22, 15-21-22, 16-21-22, 17-21-22, and 18-21-22 are approved as presented. Now I will present on the recommended approval of the Tumwater School District Northwest Leadership Associates Letter of Agreement and Superintendent Search Consulting. Has everyone had a chance to review this letter of agreement?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor? Hold on a second. We are now voting on the recommended approval of the Tumwater School District Northwest Leadership Associates Letter of Agreement for Superintendent Search Consulting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The Tumwater School District Northwest Leadership Association Letter of Agreement for Superintendent Search Consulting is approved as presented. With no further business coming before the board, the regular meeting is adjourned at 5:11 p.m.
Nice. Is that a record?
There we go.